Looks like we got ourselves a protest and a counter-protest. Today's video I'm going to be talking about Rolling Thunder 2.0 and the subsequent counter-protest that's planned for this weekend in downtown Ottawa. There's only one protest that matters. I don't know what is wrong with people these days and why people are just getting dumber and dumber, but the only protest the government actually cares about is if people united and protest the existence of government. They will part the Red Sea to allow you to protest anything else. The media is painting Rolling Thunder as a white supremacist, protest when it's really not that. I don't think there has ever been a white supremacist protest in Canada, at least since I've been alive now. If there was one, the entire ground would shake, the UN would be called in, and there would probably be some heavy long-range artillery fired at that group. I'm serious. That's how much attention that would draw in a country like Canada, the United States. But yeah, this is classic divide and conquer. Both sides of this protest are fucking idiots. None of them have a clear direction. If the people who are protesting the mandates, if all they did was gather a bunch of money to at least fund a project, maybe like a website that allowed anti-vax employers to find anti-vax workers, that would be, at least something would get done with that protest. But if you're just going down there with the Canadian flag and you're going to just go scream and stomp your feet and shit, just don't even bother. At least bring some pamphlets, at least be ready to educate your fellow brother and sister down there about their rights and about how the government has no right to strip you of your choice and make you into a second-class citizen because you don't want to wear a mask or you don't want to take drugs, So have a plan. And, I have a good theory. I think we really need to bust open the germ theory lie. Amanda Vollmer is doing a debate. She found some doctor to debate with tomorrow, and I think she's just going to wipe the floor with him. They have a moderator too, which is really important because a lot of these debates get really out of control, especially when the moderators stay too quiet. They need to be a little bit more active and allow both people a fair chance to voice their opinion. And if you're going to be debating a subject, I highly recommend learning both sides because you need to be able to understand your opponent and where they're really coming from. So, all that being said, I'm probably going to be making my way downtown this weekend and getting some footage because I don't actually live in downtown Ottawa. I don't think I could stand living in a city these days. I've always lived towards the outskirts or even further beyond because it's such mania inside a city. It's the worst. Everyone hates each other. The only time where it felt a little bit different was at the Freedom Convoy, where everyone was just kind of united in their whole message of, we hate this and we're just not doing it anymore. And that's really what the convoy was. That was a great example of who really holds the power in a society. So downtown Ottawa during the convoy had Ottawa Police, OPP, RCMP, Durham Police, York Police, Hamilton Police, and maybe Niagara Police. So there were 6 or 7 different police forces down there, and they couldn't do anything just due to the sheer number of people there. So if enough people just stick up for themselves and don't do something, it's over. That's the end of it. And that's really where we need to get to. That's the big protest I would like to see. Just a silent protest where no one listens to their perceived authority, which are really just, they've gotten so evil now. I don't even know why people even want to support democracy anymore. Let's just look at what the United States did with the Republic, where individual rights are supreme over, the collective, where the education system really just wants to pump out the next cog in the machine, and they just want you to go work for some corporation. But the United States down there, they just figured out that, if you just plant a bunch of corn, sell it at this market, you're a success. Why didn't something like that, like free market capitalism, just catch on around the world? It's the best system. It's brought the most people out of poverty. And that's why we have such great innovation and prosperity in the Western world. So, we really need to get together, black, white, Jew, whoever, poor, rich, and just unite against our common enemy, which are those who seek to divide and rule us, which is government, the hidden people behind that. Have you guys noticed a real increase in all these synonyms for the Illuminati. The Illuminati was just a word a lot of people used to use for convenience sake, but you'll see it a lot. You'll see a lot of people say the deep state or big tech. Are they secretly referring to the Illuminati? Yes, they are. I just checked the page, and the counter-protest is actually asking everyone to wear a mask. So I guess this is like a pro-mandate protest where they all believe that COVID is real and they're all statists. So what could go wrong with a bunch of masked, angry counter-protesters who have about 2 years of inner frustration built up? It would really be amazing to see all these mandates lifted, because so many people who went and got vaccinated who didn't want to do it would eventually realize that they got scammed. You have to admit that you got played to actually move on in your life. I hope that this protest is, kind of a big deal, because we have to talk with one another. We have to bring back conversation between even opposing sides. Like, we can't have a system kind of like Twitter. Twitter wants to eliminate all speech that they don't like, and they have been doing that. Twitter actually blocked the President of the United States, and I don't even think they had to answer that in court. Isn't that absolutely fucking ridiculous? They only support one side of a political debate, and they just block and ban another. Mark Passio had a really good example when it came to censorship. Would you be happy if Rogers, Bell, or Telus canceled your account because they didn't like something that you said? Maybe you said something that was a little bit too left-leaning, and Rogers is a right-leaning organization. First of all, they're listening to your fucking conversations, and they obviously have an agenda. No one would put up with that situation, so why are we putting up with this censorship when it comes to big tech, which is just code for, Illuminati, and all the other censorship when it comes to what you can and can't say? Politically correct speech is the main weapon for leftists and for Marxists, because it's their shield. You can only say certain things sometimes and only in a certain way. So this is why a lot of people don't even have anything online. If you Google their name, it's just going to be just their picture, and they're pretty much a ghost in the world. I'm very suspicious of people like that. Like, my entire life is pretty much on the internet. Like, anyone can really find me, anyone can really see anything. And this is just the age we live in. Like, even if you're on all these alternative open source platforms, like, there are people who can find you. Like, this isn't 1926, People can know what you're searching, know what you're into, and gather a bunch of data and probably sell it to all these data mining companies. If you guys have any video requests, send them to stupassmore@protonmail.com. Till next time, guys. Peace out.